He was a heavyweight known as much for his style as his strength. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee was more than a catchphrase for Ali. It was a perfect summation of his one-of-a-kind boxing style. Early in his career, commentators didn't quite know what to make of him. Rather than relying on pummeling punches like other heavyweights, he was as light on his feet as a ballerina, dodging hits and dancing around the ring with his patented Ali shuffle. He kept his hands low to bait his opponents, tiring them out in the process and then striking like a cobra, with a jab he called the snake lick. As Robert Lipsyte wrote in his 2016 New York Times obituary, Ali was the most thrilling if not the best heavyweight ever, carrying into the ring a physically lyrical, unorthodox boxing style that fused speed, agility, and power more seamlessly than that of any fighter before him. A master of wordplay, Ali coined the term rope-a-dope to describe his sneaky and highly effective tactic, which he mastered to its fullest effect during the 1974 Rumble in the Jungle in Kinshasa, Zaire, now Democratic Republic of the Congo, opposite George Foreman. Ali would rest his body on the ropes, allowing Foreman to get in a barrage of blows, and use the rope's elasticity to absorb most of the energy from the strikes. His opponent would eventually tire himself out, throwing punch after punch after punch, leaving Ali to go in for the knockout. Even though Ali was 7 years older than Foreman and considered an underdog, he won by knockout in the 8th round. The upset victory has been called one of the great sports moments of the 20th century, and the rope-a-dope technique has gone on to be used successfully by other boxers, such as Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather Jr. On the night of February 25, 1964, Malcolm X watched ringside as Cassius Clay trounced Sonny Liston to be named the world heavyweight champion for the first of 3 times. The next day, at a news conference, Clay announced that he would be changing his name to Cassius X, an homage to his mentor and friend and a rejection of the white name that had been passed down to him. Weeks later, he officially made the switch to Muhammad Ali. Cassius Clay is a slave name, he said. I didn't choose it, and I don't want it. I am Muhammad Ali, a free name. It means beloved of God, and I insist people use it when people speak to me. Decades before NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick took a stand for racial justice by kneeling during the national anthem, Ali also saw his career suffer for his beliefs. On April 28, 1967, he refused to be inducted into the U.S. Army, citing his Muslim faith and his unwillingness to fight underprivileged people on the other side of the world. It is in the light of my consciousness as a Muslim minister and my own personal convictions that I take my stand in rejecting the call to be inducted, he said at the time. I find I cannot be true to my beliefs in my religion by accepting such a call. Ali was stripped of his heavyweight title, and in June of that year, he was convicted of draft evasion, which came with a $10,000 fine, a 5-year prison sentence and a 3-year ban from the sport of boxing. The appeals process kept him out of jail, but he didn't return to the ring until October 26, 1970. The Supreme Court later overturned the conviction in 1971. 5. He was a genius at using the media. Brash, charming, braggadocious and funny, Ali was a media darling from the start of his career. He made an art out of trash talk, spinning unflattering nicknames for his opponents and inventing digestible narratives that raised his bouts to the level of tall tales and myths. He's too ugly to be world champion, he said, before his 1964 title challenge against Liston. The world champ should be pretty like me. He dubbed himself the king of the world, the prettiest thing that ever lived, and the greatest, and journalists breathlessly covered every news conference, controversy, fight, and political move. 6. And his rhyming brags may have led to the invention of a new genre of music. According to the 2006 book Ali Rap, Muhammad Ali, the first heavyweight champion of rap, edited by graphic designer George Lois. 90. The fighter's brags and put-downs may have inadvertently influenced the birth of rap music in the 1970s. Before there was rap, there was Ali rap. Lois writes, a topsy-turvy, jivey jargon that only Ali could create, but a language we could all understand. Rapper and actor LL Cool J, 53, once told Rolling Stone, without Muhammad Ali, there would be no Mama Said Knock You Out, and the term GOAT, greatest of all time, would have never been coined. And even a non-hip-hop fan can recognize the swaggering poetry of a quote like this 1974 gem: I done wrestled with an alligator, I done tussled with a whale, handcuffed lightning, thrown thunder in jail, only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick, I'm so mean I make medicine sick. Ali's masterful relationship with the media extended to the world of entertainment as well. He appeared in commercials for everything from roach spray to spark plugs to Pizza Hut, starred as himself in the 1977 biopic The Greatest, and even inspired a European dance craze, which mimicked his fancy footwork and fighting stance. After he knocked out Karl Mildenberger in 1966. In 2002, Ali received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and for the first time in history, it was placed on a vertical surface, a wall at the Dolby Theatre, instead of down on the sidewalk. Why? I bear the name of our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he said, and it is impossible that I allow people to trample over his name. Despite a perhaps well-earned reputation for ego and showboating, Ali always used his fame to fight for causes he believed in, participating in such events as 1978's The Longest Walk, a protest march in support of Native American rights. He dedicated his post-retirement years to philanthropy and humanitarianism, pursuits that took him all around the world, to Iraq, to negotiate the release of American hostages, to Cuba, to deliver medical aid, to Afghanistan and North Korea, on goodwill missions with the UN. One of the lasting images that many modern fans have of Ali, who won a gold medal at the 1960 Summer Olympics in Rome, was his triumphant lighting of the Olympic cauldron at the 1996 Games in Atlanta. The event was watched by some 3.5 billion viewers around the globe.